Is the relationship affected by her skin? No. I know she gets flare-ups on her skin.
I'm gonna call doctors now and then I'll explain everything when I get ready.
Wait a moment. Good morning. Can I help?
Have you got any appointments for today?
May I take the name?
Elyise Williams.
And the address? Thank you. May I just ask briefly what was the problem today?
It's my scalp.
Right, let's just have a look where we can get you in. It won't be a second. When you say your scalp, Elyise, is it the skin? Is it dry?
It's just itching and it burns a bit, but...
Right, no problem. Did you want to come in this afternoon and see Dr.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you get here for 2 o'clock?
Yeah. So, appointment is all booked and that's at 2 o'clock, as you heard. I don't know how much of it you heard, but like I said, it's at 2 o'clock. So it's not just my scalp, and I'll explain this more as I'm getting ready a bit later on. But it's not just my scalp I'm going in for. So I will now explain it, so I'll see you in the next clip.
So why call the doctors about your skin if nothing you've used from them has worked before?
Because it's a different part of my body, and obviously some parts may work, but obviously because it's mainly my scalp and because I've used other products on my scalp, it's irritating it and making it worse. So I'm just hoping they can give me something to help it out a bit more.
So what's it like being on the implant again?
The first time I was on it, I was highly aggressive, and some of my mates can back me up on this. I was, and obviously that wasn't my fault, so not really much. But now I'm not as much as aggressive, but to be honest, it's not really the best birth control for me.
Yeah, and just to touch on that, I know a couple of people are on the implant and they said that they also experienced a lot more aggression than usual, and they want to get it removed because of it, because it's affecting friendships and relationships.
Because like some relationships with, like, obviously I don't, to touch on the, some, we'll touch on this a little bit more later on, but it is how it is for some people. Some people can react differently, but obviously I have reacted differently from having it once, and now I've been putting it in again.
Why are you wanting to take the pill instead?
Because I know it's going to be easier for me. I know some people, it's different experiences. I've had it before, but as long as I don't have the same pill, then I will be fine, because I was highly allergic to that pill I was on.
Am I happy with you on the implant? Yeah. Like I've not experienced the aggression that Elyise touched on, but at the same time, I'd rather our relationship be safer than, run the risk of undue complications. I mean, like you did touch on, you felt more aggression and stuff like that, but I've not experienced it. So, and even if I had, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, and I'll support you no matter what you do. Right, so we've just got back from the doctors, and we're going to tell you what they said and things like that. We're also going to answer a couple more questions people might have about the future and, ultimately what was said at the doctors, because we couldn't film in there because it's a private location. So we'll get into that bit now, and we'll get into the questions. The first question is, are you coming off birth control?
Yes and no. I'm coming off the implant due to aggression to family, and obviously Chev hasn't actually experienced it, but he could in the future, and I'd rather not. Yeah.
Jeopardise the relationship with aggression.
Yeah. But I will be going on the pill, hopefully, so there will be another video up at some point around the birth control section. So hopefully you will find more out in the next video.
Yeah, we'll make a more in-depth video about what's going on with birth control and like children in the future later on in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep.
What is actually wrong with her skin? Now, the doctors said that with her scalp, they don't know if it's scalp psoriasis or not, but they do think that the flare-ups on her body are dermatitis, which we found out a couple of days ago you couldn't even say.
That's not my fault. I was trying to explain it to you, at least you knew it.
Yeah, but they think it's dermatitis.
That could end up into psoriasis if it's not dealt with properly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't entirely know my family history, and we're not going to go into that because I don't know my mum's side family history. Don't want to know my dad's. But I don't know how much of skin problems my family has. So there's not really much for me to go on.
Yeah, we haven't got much to go off in that sense. But I think we're just having to play it by ear right now. And if it flares up, just go back to the doctors and see what they think. But what is she using to clear her skin?
So obviously I'm using moisturiser. That's for dry skin. That's after I get out the shower. Normally that's what I would use. I would use it on my face because I get my dermatitis. Stop it.
Dermatitis.
On my face, but like I said, it could easily turn into psoriasis. And like I said, I do have psoriasis, but it's only on certain parts of my body. But also I have cream, and because that's meant for the actual dermatitis itself, I don't know how easy that can tell.
Fairly easily.
Yeah.
I could read it.
Yeah, hopefully you can. And then obviously for my scalp, they've given me that today. So obviously that's another thing I will be using. I will put the actual moisturisers on screen just so then you know which ones it is. But that's as best as I can explain of what I'm using right now.
Yeah, as of right now, that's all you've really got to use.
Because there's nothing else I've been told to use.
Yeah, later down the line, you might be asked to use, something else by the doctors. But as of right now, that's all you've really been told to use. Is the relationship affected by her skin? No. I know she gets flare-ups on her skin, on her face, on her arms, her back, her shoulders, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't bother me. As long as I make you feel like the most beautiful person in the world, which you are, to me at least you are, then it will never truly affect the relationship. I know there's days where it'll flare up and you don't feel the most confident, but it never affects me, and it never will, because at the end of the day, it's something that you've got to live with, and that's something that I can deal with.
Yeah, because the certain people I'm around, I completely cover up. If there's no flare up, I won't cover up. It's just some people I don't like to show that I've got it, but I do show it on social media, which I'm fine with showing it on social media.
Yeah, and just to go on to that one, I think showing it on social media is a lot better than showing it in person because you're less likely to be judged, especially in pictures, because if you show it to someone in person, it can look like you're trying to show it off and get pity and, you know, things like that. Whereas on social media, you're showing, like, I've got it, but I can live with it, and I'm not afraid to show I've got it.
I mean, it's easier that way because loads of people, I've had loads of people saying that I'm faking it, but the fact is really it's two different types of skin conditions, so I can't really help that.
Right, so that's it for this video, just covering what happened today. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or message our Instagram, and one of us will get back to you. We'll leave that in the description along with our separate main channels and all our social media profiles. But if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. My phone's just blinded me. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.